On the edge of the North York moors lies the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
Thank you, madam.
With the help of his team...
That's rather a good fit.
I really like that piece.
What's wrong with you now, Pete? Look, spiders, they're not going to get you.
Angus has been running his auction house for more than a decade.
Bless you, Angus.
When he's not on his rostrum...
Right, that's it. I'm leaving my beloved Yorkshire.
He's clearing cluttered homes.
There's a lot of stuff in the loft, obviously, I hoarded.
Finding unwanted items to go under his gavel.
You want us to take everything?
Empty it.
If you think it's worthwhile taking.
That is fantastic. I love that.
Using his expert knowledge...
Oh, look at that.
He uncovers hidden gems...
Things I have to do for my job.
And discovers valuable heirlooms.
That is gorgeous. Do you ever think you were born in the wrong era?
Yes.
Back at the sale room, he turns these forgotten treasures...
At £600.
Wow! ...into incredible windfalls of cash.
We need to get it all together in the right order so that people can find it when they come for viewing.
There's quite a lot of them. Oh, fish.
Here in the UK, we're a nation of collectors, with 4 in 5 of us having held a collection at some point in our lives. For those who hope that their passion pieces might be worth something, Angus and his auction house team are on hand with their expertise to help them sell their items.
People collect for all sorts of reasons, and it gives them a real passion. Whatever the collection is, you know, it can mean a lot to people, and we've got to be sensitive about that when we're selling the items and handle it with care and ultimately get the most money we can for them. What really interests me is, why do they want to sell? Why now?
Today, Angus will be finding out as he heads off to one of the biggest collections he's seen in recent years. This one will be a 3-man job.
You right, Pete?
Yeah.
Good. We're going off to Bradford.
Oh, all right.
Do you want to grab Gary?
Yeah, I'll go get him. Yeah. All right, then.
Cheers.
It's a more local job for the team as they set off across the county to West Yorkshire.
Right, an interesting one today, lads. Allan's been a bit of a collector of coins and all sorts of things, and his daughter, I think's gently encouraging him to, well, not have as much stuff. He was thinking of, like, trying to sell it all at Car Boots. You don't get very much at Car Boots.
Angus is heading to Bradford to visit retired window fitter Allan and his daughter Leanne, who has come along to help.
My dad left me a collection of buses and toys and stuff. I started looking them up and going to car boats and buying them. And then it started with coins. And then from there, it's just grown and grown and grown.
There's stuff here from, like, that one my granddad's, you know, all medals and stuff. I mean, I've just noticed there in that box, Tamagotchis. Remember Tamagotchis? We've got, look, it's got them all from, like, when we were kids. It's just crazy. Ever since we were kids, you know, he's never got rid of anything. You know, you've always kept everything.
It's too much money to be stood about.
So, yeah, it'd be nice to actually do something with it now, won't it?
Allan's collection is so vast that it's filled the spare room in his flat, and he needs Angus's help to give him some space back and raise some much-needed cash. Thankfully, the team have arrived early to make a start.
Hello.
Morning, you all right?
How you doing?
Not so bad. Right, so you've got some bits that you want me to have a look at.
Yeah.
It's all things that you've collected up over a period of time, is that right?
It is, yeah.
Forever, he's been collecting forever. A lot of stuff in there goes back to when we were kids.
Right, OK, and it's time.
It's time to let go.
Allan has become more reliant on the support of Leanne in the last couple of years, after losing his other daughter, Rachel, to cancer at just 46 years old.
If she were going out anywhere to the supermarket or out, she'll ring me up, come on, Dad. And then she'll always go with her, you know, shopping or go watch her dancing. And, yeah, she did her best. She fought it till the end. And, yeah, that hit me hard.
Rachel was a dancer on a cruise ship, and Allan hopes to use the proceeds from the sale of his collection to remember her in a way that meant a lot to them.
I want to go on a cruise. I used to, with my daughter working on boats, we used to go 2 or 3 times a year. And then there's my daughter's wedding coming up, so obviously some money spent on her. Might buy her a bag of crisps or something.
Cheers.
Well, this is it, Angus. You can see.
Right. And it's all to go.
Oh yeah, his man cave's going.
You said that without moving your lips.
Yeah.
It looks like you've got quite an impressive coin collection.
You check every coin out?
Yeah, so I mean...
What do you do?
Well, dates are very important on coins and conditions. So
Yeah.
certain dates, there's more silver content in coins
Right.
than others. So that's a factor that we
Right.
have to look into.
Right.
We'll just have to go through them and put them into sensible lots. It might be that we put a couple of sheets together. It might be
Yeah.
split some up. Coin collecting has always been a really popular hobby, and it dates back to the ancient Greeks, where it was tradition to give coins as gifts on special occasions, and it's still hugely popular to this day. People love that hunt of finding that rare coin that fits their collection. It could be countries that they're after, it could be different periods, or in Alan's case, limited edition special presentation sets. But everywhere I look, there's more. So yeah, we'll have to have a good rummage through. Is that all jewellery on top of there as well?
That's jewellery, yeah. That's rings and stuff.
You're not tempted with any of it?
No.
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 Okay.
Allan, a man who can spot a bargain, has collected over 50 pieces of jewellery from car boot sales and antique shops.
What about the medals? Are they worth?
Medals, absolutely. Got a mixture on there. There's some sort of war medals, various nations, American, British, etc.
All very well organised, isn't it?
It is, yeah, they're nicely displayed. You've been an avid collector, haven't you?
I've tried.
The early dinkies and corgis and that sort of stuff sell really well. I'll get the lads in, I'll have a good look round and we'll get packed up. You go take it easy.
I'm with you, friend, thank you very much.
I bet there's stuff in there. We'll look at stuff today and I'll just think, gosh, where's that come from? It'd be good to see it all go through and actually see, over these years what is collected, what, we can actually do from it, can't we?
Now, the cars are fairly modern, they're still very collectible. This one is the earliest one. This is a tin plate one, and it probably would have wound up at some point and drove. And I can't see the maker's name because it's quite rusted up, so the condition's not great, but it's probably made by a firm called Schuko, who did a lot of these tin plate clockwork cars. They're a German factory, and they made these, and they're really quite good. It's quite often these medals are silver. Sometimes they're gold, sometimes they're silver gilt, so it looks like gold, but it's actually silver with like a gold overlay. And enamel. I mean, this is lovely when you look at all this enamel work on here. If we turn it over, so this big one here, 1973, services rendered, and there we've got the silver hallmark. So this is silver with a gilt wash over the top, so really nice. And what you've got to be careful with silver gilt is you don't over polish them, because you end up taking that gilt layer off and you end up with silver.
There are 11 sets of medals in Allan's collection. The value of these 5 bodes well for when the team investigate further back at Kirby Moorside.
The thing in here is it's a small room, but it's packed to the gunnels. I'm finding some nice bits in here. And then we've got all this jewellery. I mean, it's all fairly modern, but it's still, we've got gold and semi-precious stones. So although individually there might not be any bits that are hugely valuable, it's going to tot up. Most of these boxes are going to be £50. I mean, this one's 18 karat gold. That's probably £150. You could easily walk in a room and say, oh, there's a few bits. But actually, when you start burrowing down into things and you think 150, 200, 250, 350, 400, 500, then this sheet of coins there, that's £50, that's £50. It's amazing how it accumulates, and people don't often realise how much value there is.
Right, it's a little Aladdin's cave, isn't it?
Isn't it? I mean, it looks a lot, but it's fairly straightforward. This is all jewellery, Gary, so we can keep that together when we pack up.
Yeah, smash it.
We've got all these sheets of coins and medals. There's everything in the cabinets. It's basically everything we want to take.
Right. I think I'll start on the toys.
It's like my den, you know what I mean? Like, they have like a man cave and that's like mine, it's my back room. On a night I just go in and mess about with my coins and...
I'll ring him on a night and I'll go, what you been doing today, Dad? I'm just in my back room, just sorting it out.
Yeah.
You know, you love it, don't you?
So now I don't know, I have to find another hobby.
You will not.
With many hands to help, Peter's nearly finished loading up the van. Whilst Gary helps him with the last of it, Angus shows Allan his now empty spare room.
Well, come into your room.
Oh, gosh.
You said take everything.
You've taken
Wow, look at
everything
that,
as well, haven't you? All them years. Can't believe it that...
What do you think you'll do with this room now?
I don't know.
Clean it, decorate it.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I'll leave you to it. You best look after your dad.
You okay?
Alan's a little bit downbeat. You know, he's been collecting a long time and that collection's gone now. He's seen it all go and, you know, it's to raise money so he can go on a cruise and his daughter's wedding. So, you know, there's happy times ahead. I'm going to do the best I can for him and hopefully, you know, he's going to be happy at the end of it.
Back in Kirby Moorside, Alan's huge collection of items is scheduled to go under the gavel in a fortnight. With a lot of interest expected from collectors far and wide, time is of the essence as the team begin unloading, sorting and cataloguing the items.
Fantastic collection of toy cars and toy trucks.
Yeah.
Outdoor sales manager Mark is keeping an eye out for pieces that will appeal to the discerning collector.
These are nice. We've got the Order of the Buffaloes. They're two nice things. They're very similar to the Masons. They're interesting. USA campaign medals, War on Terrorism service medal, Iraq campaign, Kosovo. Nicely displayed and really nice collection.
While Mark investigates the medals, the auction house team have already started cataloguing Alan's other items. Sale room manager Jeremy is hoping to find something worth a pretty penny in Alan's coin collection.
This is very, very interesting. It's the 20 pence. The 20 pence coin. The unusual thing about this is it's undated, which is very, very unusual for any coin to be undated. And this was actually a fault at the mint with the proofing. Not that many, but a certain number escaped without the date on. At one point, these were fetching sort of 50, 100 pounds. Now, it's likely to be closer to sort of 30 pounds. Something nice to bring out and chat about, because not a lot of people will know about it.
Trainee valuer Charlotte is also on the hunt for rare gems.
I was cataloguing these rings and looking at them and seeing if they're silver or gold and then weighing them and sizing them up.
The value of jewellery is determined by its weight, the percentage of gold or silver it contains, and the value of any stones that it has.
There's a couple of tanzanite rings here, which is a blue gemstone. And it's only found in a very small area of Tanzania, so approximately 4 square kilometres, which actually makes it about 1,000 times rarer than diamond. Despite how rare this stone is, it actually sells for much less in this country than diamonds, although if you went to Africa, it would be worth a lot more money. I really enjoy the process of looking at jewellery. It's very interesting. There's always something that catches your eye when you're looking at it though, so it does make you want to spend quite a lot of money.
Let's hope that on auction day, the bidders are in the same frame of mind. Just 2 weeks after Angus cleared out Alan's mammoth collection, today he's here with daughter Leanne to see how much his items fetch under the gavel.
I think it'd be a little bit tough for him to let go of his collection. You know, it means a lot to him, but, you know, the star of his collection is those coins. You know, they've all been nicely presented and, you know, some good stuff. So I'm sure we'll get some good results for him today. Morning, you all right?
Hi, morning.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Elaine's always excited.
I think you are, aren't
Getting
you?
rid of all my stuff, she is.
You'll be fine, you'll be fine. Well, go in and have a look round and I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you. You ready? See all your stuff in the cabinet. Oh yeah, look at all this.
Oh, yeah, blimey.
Whilst Angus prepares for the sale, Alan and Leanne take a trip down memory lane.
Didn't know you had these, Dad.
It's military pound notes. It is weird, isn't it, seeing it here?
Be exciting though, won't it, to see?
I'm hoping it goes to a good collector who will appreciate them like I did.
You best not be bidding on out today.
I'll see how it goes.
To oversee the sale of the 497 lots in today's auction,
Gavel is up.
Angus is joined on the rostrum by Charlotte and George, who are taking online bids. Alan has a whopping 77 lots in this sale.
Okay. Exciting, isn't it?
First up, it's Alan's collection of vintage tin toy cars and buses made by Matchbox, Corgi and Vanguard. Some of these were left to Alan by his father.
Straight in, we're off now. £30 it is, 32, 35, 35, 35, 38, 38, 40, £40 at 42, 42, 45, 48, 50, 50 it is then at 50, 5 is it now, 55, 60, 5 anywhere now, no, 60 it is then, at 60, it's your bid, George, at 60, we're all done at 60, I'm going to sell at 60.
Well done.
Next, onto something a bit more contemporary, a collection of games consoles and games that Alan had squirreled away.
PS1, the PS2, Nintendo, and Pokemon, £20 a bid at 20, £65 straight in, at 65, 70, 70 it is, at £70, 80, £80, 80, £80, 80 it is, 90, £90, 100 at £100, 110, 110 it is then at £110 it is then, at 110, 120, we're still going, at 120, at £120 it is then at 120, 130, 130, 140, 150 bid, thank you, 150 it is, 160, 160 it is then at £160 it is then at 160, we're all done selling then at £160. Thank you.
It goes to show that collectors will spend big when they really want something. Next, it's the jewellery and the Tanzanite ring.
£48, 50, 50 it is then. At 50, 55,
Come on, get it
55, 55, 60, 65, 70 with me. 5, yes, 75. Commission's out at £75.
You happy with that, aren't you?
I'm happy with that.
Next up, a white gold and diamond band.
95 is it now, 95, 95, 100 at £100 a bid at 100. At 100 it is then at 100, selling at 100.
And finally, a ring set with a red andesite stone.
Where should be? 50 bid, 55, 60, 60 and bid at £60, 65, 70, 70 it is then at 70. You're all hovering. Quick, who's going to get in first? 75, £75 at 75 and selling then at 75.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Now, it's time for the medals. First up, the set of World War II medals awarded to US soldiers.
£35 bid. 35 and bid at 35, 40 at £40 and bid at 40 it is then at 40 at 40, selling at 40.
Followed by 2 solid silver school sports medals from the 1940s.
They don't give out silver medals anymore, do they? £48 then, we're all done. I'm going to sell at £48, gavels up at 48.
That's good, yeah.
And 2 sets of medals from the Order of the Buffaloes, a British fraternal organisation.
Including the Royal Masonic Institution for Girls. There we go. First and only bid at £30, I'm selling at 30. This is a great collection. There we go. £60 at 60. 5, 75, 85, 85 it is then at £85. We're all done at £85.
What's it happening?
The medals did well, as Angus moves on to the final and biggest part of Alan's collection, the coins. The 25 lots of coinage from various periods have drawn a lot of online interest from numismatists, or coin collectors to you and me. Angus starts with the framed and mounted sets of special editions, beginning with a set of 50p pieces.
the Victoria Cross, Sherlock Holmes, Olympics, People's Act, Battle of Britain. There we go. I've got £55 starts me at 55, 60, 65, 75, 75 pounds. At 75 it is, then at 75 pounds. At 75 pounds. At 75 pound it is, then at 75.
Sold to a collector in London.
That's good, I'll give you that.
£2 special issue coins there. William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, The Fire of London, the Yorkshire Auction House. Oh no, sorry, that's not in there. There we go, where should be for this? And I go straight in at £80. £80 I have.
You know why? Because it's Fire of London, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
£85, £85, £85, selling at 85.
Yeah, that'll do, yeah.
Now it's a set of 3 commemorative coins, 2 £1 crown coins from 2012 and a £5 coin issued in 2020, with a total face value of £15.
3 coins there, £80 on bid at £80 at 80 it is, then at £80, 85, 85, 90, £95 at 95. So I'm selling then at 95.
Collectors and dealers are bidding against each other online for Allan's coins. They have one more chance to win a rarity, as it's time for Allan's undated 20p piece.
The undated Elizabeth II,
Oh,
20p piece, £20 start me. £20, 20 straight in, thank you. £20 a bid at 20. 2 is it now? £22 surely, 22, 25, 28 now. 28 is it? 28, 30, £30 it is. At £30, 32 is it now? 32 is it now? 32, 35, £35, 35, 38 is it now? 35, £35 it is for the 20p coin. At 35 it is that I'm selling at £35.
About the 20p.
Not bad, 20 pence.
The 20p sells for £35, 175 times its face value. And that ends the auction. Now I'm off to check my loose change.
You all right?
At some point, you like a little Cheshire cat, weren't you? You were beaming at some of it. You were?
He did some good deals there.
After fees and everything, you'll be walking home with £2,261.
Joking.
No.
I wouldn't have thought that, honestly. That'll get me going, mate. That'd
Don't
be
say
brilliant.
that.
Never mind about the wedding.
No,
I was worried you might be a bit upset, because I know it's been a wrench to...
Panic taking a bit of edge off it as that.
Good.
I'm well happy, because I can get on my cruise now and forget about it for a while.
Yeah.
You've made my day, honestly. Come out happy because I think you did well on a lot of stuff, and I didn't expect what has just come out with what we've got. That were brilliant, that.
As Allan and Leanne are on their way out, Angus has one more thing.
Well, there is something I think probably ought to go back to you, because we found a family photo album.
Ah.
So we thought you might want that.
Oh, flip me.
What?
Where did this come from?
That's Rachel.
Thought you might want to take that back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very
Well,
much.
have a good trip back to West Yorkshire.
Oh, wow.
I think Allan was genuinely surprised with how much money he's raised, and I think Leanne was too. When you've got a lot of lots like that, you'd be surprised how quickly that adds up.
At the auction house, Pete and Nick are examining a new item that's coming for sale.
Home for your weights.
No, just lovely. Huh?
And there'll be postal scales, postage ones.
Yeah.
Quite often they've got all the prices on the engraved on the platform.
Really?
But Angus doesn't have time to wait around, as he's been invited to the home of some regular customers for a clearance job.
Just going to first, you've been before anyway, Pete, where you took a wardrobe out the bedroom window.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
You remember?
nice one, yeah.
Well, they're moving,
Right,
and they're downsizing quite significantly, so that's where we're going.
okay, nice
Right,
one.
do you want to follow me on?
Yeah.
And they've promised me there's no wardrobes this time.
Okay, nice one.
It's a brief half-an-hour drive to Thirsk as the team set off on their clearance with a promise of some very special, very valuable Yorkshire-made furniture.
Nice local job for us today. They're a nice couple, Eddie and Elaine.
Well, they stay local, are they?
Yeah, they're staying local, just outside First, so they're not moving far.
All right.
But Elaine's very house proud, so make sure you wipe your feet.
Eddie and Elaine have been married for 20 years and run a taxi company in Thirsk, with Elaine in charge of the bookkeeping and Eddie behind the wheel.
We met at York races. That's where I found Elaine.
20 years ago. We live in a cottage, but it's a big cottage. It's like a TARDIS, really. It looks small from the outside, but as you come inside, it's big and it goes quite far back.
After making the decision to downsize in anticipation of retirement, Eddie and Elaine will be leaving their 4-bedroom cottage and moving into a lodge within local country parkland. Moving to a smaller property means that most of their furniture will be going to auction.
We're downsizing because this house is quite large, really, for us now. And we've got a lot of furniture, and we thought it was best to do it now while we're of an age to do it.
Yeah, and it's nice and peaceful up there, and it'll just be so relaxing. It'll be like being on holiday all the time.
It's a farm that you knew, isn't it?
Well, it used to be my granny's parents, the farm, years and years ago.
So we're going back to...
Where my granny
Where Eddie was little.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah. Circle.
So the house selling, we put it on the market on the Friday, and by the Saturday it was sold. So it was that quick. There is a bit of an urgency that we want to get everything sorted, ready for the signing.
Hi, Angus. Lovely to see you again. Come in.
Thank you very much. Grand stuff. So you're moving it?
Downscaling.
I'm already looking round. So is it all to go?
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, okay.
Definitely all the big stuff anyway, yeah. A couple of little things we're keeping.
We've got some Yorkshire oak. Little Wrenman table, is it?
Yeah.
The wren on it? Lovely.
Yeah.
The burr top on it. That's quite unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're keeping the stools.
Keeping the stools, yeah. No, they're lovely.
The actual wood that the table is made from holds special memories for Eddie.
We used to have the farm, and obviously the tree came from my dad's farm. I can remember as a kid being where it was.
Climbing that tree.
Yeah. This burr oak tree, I spent all my young life there. It meant so much to us that something's come from where I lived when I was a young lad, and that's a long time ago.
Anybody who knows me knows I absolutely love Yorkshire oak. This is Wrenman, which is Bob Hunter. He's known as Wrenman because he carved a little wren on every piece he made, and a lot of the Yorkshire craftsmen, they're known as the Yorkshire critters, they all had little animals or symbols that represented them, whether it's a rabbit or a mouse or a gnome. It's in burr oak as well, which is that little bit nicer. You've got your ordinary grain of wood, and then when you get burr wood, it's almost like, if you imagine a knot in the wood, that creates lots of different graining, like a twist in the wood, and it's just got that much more oomph to it.
Yorkshire Critters furniture is incredibly popular with collectors, and it's likely they'll be bidding for Eddie's table come auction day.
And anything else in here? Is it
The chairs.
Chairs.
My comfy chair.
The basket.
Basket, well, that's a good log basket,
Yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay,
Yeah.
some nice, clean, modern bits.
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, this lamp's very sort of country vibe, isn't it? But I mean, it's faux antler rather than real, but it's still nice.
Still
thing,
nice,
isn't it?
yeah. It's quite modern where we're going, so yeah, it won't fit in.
No.
Yeah.
Although these are faux antler, actually that style dates back centuries. You know, it's the 15th century, and people would have hunted deer. They would have used everything. They would have used the skin to make clothes. They would have used the antler to make furniture, coat hooks, chandeliers, lights, and now it's come back as a look. This faux antler is now quite a fashionable piece.
Yeah, the blue table's going, little table.
Okay.
And that blue table.
Eddie and Elaine have got a lot of modern furniture, very clean and tidy. And this little blue occasional table, although it's modern, it's actually the style of it takes its influence from a lot earlier. Queen Anne, early 18th century, these sort of cabriole-type legs are designed to make it look like the legs of an animal. It's a very decorative item and should sell fine. Pretty much everything out of here to go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I suppose I best get the lads in.
Yeah.
Make a start. I know there's quite a bit, and I'll have a look round and see what else I can tempt you to let go of.
Yeah.
Wow, this is before we even start.
Oh, you're spoiling them. Fantastic.
Tea and a coffee.
Oh, thank you very much.
So just watch them walls when you're doing it.
Yeah, right.
No, nothing too big. So anyway, with them muscles, you should be all right, shouldn't you? Bit of power.
You made his day.
Thank you.
Right.
Well done, Elaine. Pete will be living off that comment for months.
Is this going?
Yeah.
And this blue table.
Yeah.
Along with their furniture, Eddie and Elaine also have their larger home furnishings to send to auction, including some large wall mirrors.
You can hold that side.
These are very modern mirrors, but they're in a 19th century style. Frames on them there, you know, quite elaborate. One of them's gilt. The traditional ones are either carved wood or plaster, and then they have a gilded finish that gives it that gold look. They're good quality. They would have cost a lot of money new, but sadly, second-hand, you know, they don't fetch huge amounts.
As the final things are put on the van, there are 2 items pulling Angus back.
These gorgeous Wrenman Yorkshire oak table lamps. They've got 2 pairs of them. There's a pair downstairs and this pair. And actually, when you've taken the bedside cabinets away that the lads have, I mean, they've got nowhere to sit, have they? I'm really going to try and convince them to let a pair go, because I would love a pair of those in the sale. I think they're really, really nice.
There's these 2 here, remember?
All right. Well, we're nearly there with the pair of Wrenman lamps upstairs to go, because the bedside cabinets have gone and they haven't really got anything to stand on now.
No.
Do you, Eddie, what do you think? You've got 2.
So
At least we've got 2, that's something.
But you'd be happy for us to take those?
Yeah, of course.
Brilliant. Nick, can you grab those 2 lamps? Thanks.
Oh dear.
Say goodbye.
Bye, lamps.
Angus and the boys have taken quite a bit, and Eddie and Elaine's home of 15 years suddenly looks very different.
So empty.
It is, yeah, so empty. Everything's gone. Imagine parties and things we used to have here, and yeah,
Family gatherings.
Family gatherings. Sad to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
just sort of is reality now. Yeah.
Well, next thing's auction day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get back up the hill.
Yeah.
Really good to see you again. Yeah. Thanks. Cheers. Bye. I think the reality has hit Elaine and Eddie now, seeing that empty house. But I'm delighted we got that Wrenman table. Beautiful thing. And that I managed to persuade them to let go of a pair of table lamps as well. I just hope we can do well for them.
Back at the auction house, Pete and Nick have returned from Thirsk, and with almost a whole house worth of furniture, will need the help of the team to unload and catalogue.
Here he is.
What you got then?
Well, we've got some good stuff.
As the items come off the van, they are stickered with a number which corresponds to the person who owns them, so that the team can identify where each item came from when it comes to auction.
You going to be all right stepping off there? Jeez.
Whitby Harbour. You know what you need with that, Pete?
What?
A big white rabbit.
Oh!
Right.
All over and done with that job?
Yeah, everything's got a ticket on it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Didn't we do well for time?
But there's no time to rest for Charlotte and Harriet, who get straight into cataloguing Eddie and Elaine's furniture.
A painted grey pine tallboy of 4 drawers, width 61. It's quite nice.
It's all right, isn't it? The quality's quite nice.
Oh, this is a nice one.
The items will be split across 2 auctions, with the majority going into one of the auction house's regular sales and the Wrenman pieces going into a specific Yorkshire oak auction on a different day. Mark and Nick are checking over the Wrenman pieces.
Look at the carving on that, the detail, the little beak. I've heard of Wrenman, but I've never actually seen one, and I think the carving is absolutely fantastic. It really stands out. It's so popular.
Yeah,
and I know this up and coming sale, we've had a lot of interest already.
Popular around the world?
Popular around the world, yeah. You still get modern pieces, but it's the older ones that people are after. Having said that, if you're a collector, they're all good quality.
So what do you reckon a pair of these would be worth then?
They're going to go into the hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Once all the items have been described, measured and photographed, they are uploaded to the sale catalogue and are available to view for a week before the auction. On the first of their auction days, Eddie and Elaine have arrived to see everything but their Wren Man furniture go under the gavel.
Morning.
Morning, Angus.
You all right?
Right, yes, are you?
So how's the move going? You're all moved out?
No, not yet. Still, it's a bit slow.
Right.
But, you know, we're getting there.
Yeah. Well, have a look round, make yourself comfortable, and just give us a shout if you need it.
Yeah, we will do.
All right.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Good to see
Thanks
you.
very much. See you later.
Eddie and Elaine have 20 lots in the auction today. Joining Angus on the rostrum to take online bids are Emma and Heather.
Oh.
Angus starts with their bedroom furniture.
Grey chest of drawers there we go. Good, clean, tidy, modern lot there we go. £20, I'm started at 20 at £20, at 20 at £20, at 25, £30 it is, then at 30. There's two of you online that want this, £35, 40 bid, £40 a bid at 40.
40, no, that's all right.
40 it is then, £42 at £42,
Oh.
at 42, at 42, at £42 it is then at 42.
Not a bad start.
It's all right. It's good.
Now it's time for the bedside chests.
£30 straight in, £30 a bid at 30 it is. 5 bids coming in at the same time, £40 I'm bid. At 40 it is, then at 40. Matches the last lot, doesn't it? £45 at 45.
Followed by their trio of modern occasional tables.
22, 22, 22, 25 it is then at £25 at 25, £28 at 28, 30, £32 at 32 it is then at £32, 5 is it now, 35, 35, 38, 38, 38, bids everywhere, at £38 it is, rounded up to 40, somebody surely 40, 42, £42 at 42 it is now, 42, 5 is it now, 45, 45, 48, £48, somebody go 50, at 48 it is then at 48, 50, 50 it is then at £50 at 50, we're all done, going to sell at £50.
It's all right, that, yeah.
Angus moves from furniture to furnishings, starting with the faux antler living room lamp.
Where should be for this? £30 straight in, £30 a bid at 30, £30, 32, 35, 38, 40, £40 at 40, at £40 it is, then at 40. Staggering, I thought these would do more. At £40 at 40, they're not dear. At £40 for the antler lamp there at £40. 42, 45, £45 at 45. I see my jokes worked. At £45 at 45, 48, 50, at £50, selling at £50.
It's been moderate sales so far. How will their mirrors fare?
There we go, the first big mirror there, the ornate mirror there in the silver frame, big decorative mirror there. There we go, £40 straight in. £40 a bid at 40 it is, then at 40, at £40 at 40. 45, somebody go 50. 50, 50, who's going to get in first? At £50, commission bids out. 50 it is. At 50 it is, then at £50 at 50.
Good.
Good.
A very chic, modern-looking gilt frame mirror. £40 straight in at £40 at 40. At 2, 5, 8, 50, 5, 60, £60. Subtle little flurry on there. £60 at 60, all done at 60.
That's made more.
Angus moves on to the last of Eddie and Elaine's items. A quartz nautical wall clock from a trip to Whitby Harbour.
40, 50, £50 its bid. 60, that's £60.
It's all right. It's good.
Some teddy bears Eddie and Elaine had in their spare room.
Not just for Christmas, remember. 12, 15, 18, £18, all done at 18.
And some copper pots no longer needed in the garden.
£69 we are. A very precise commission bid.
And with that, it's the end of the first auction day for Elaine and Eddie. On the morning of Angus's Yorkshire Oak sale, Eddie and Elaine returned to Kirby Moorside.
Well, we've got hundreds of bidders, you know, all excited about this Yorkshire oak and the Yorkshire critters, and it always sells well. You know, we've got internet bidders, bidders in the room, phone bidders, international bidders. It's going to be an exciting, good day today.
Taking those online bids are Charlotte and Harriet, whilst Mark is talking to phone bidders. Time to pull up a pew, because the next lot to go are the Wrenman table lamps.
We go on to Bob Hunter, the Wrenman table lamps. There we go. Lovely pair there we go.
The lamps have had a lot of interest, so Angus starts the bidding high.
Got £200 bid, 200 a bid, 230 is it, 260, £260 are up to now. 300 is it, 300, 340 is it now, 340, 380. 420,
oh,
thank you.
Go on, love, keep going.
At 420 it is. 440, 460, 460, thank you. 500, 500, thank you. Wow. At 500. Come on. At 540 in the room. At 540, 580, 580. They're lovely lamps. At 580, I'm selling them.
It's brilliant.
600. Wow. 600. I like the way your husband just shook his head then. Like, yeah, no chance. £600 at 600. At 600 it is then. I'm selling then the pair of lamps at £600.
Bought by a bidder in Lancaster.
That was brilliant. That was a good price. Hell of a price.
It was so good.
Their final lot is the Bur Oak Wrenman table, carved from a tree that Eddie used to climb as a child.
This is a superb oak table there. We know the exact farm that the oak came from. We're at 210 on commission. 220, 220 it is, then at 220, 260, 260 it is, then at 260, 300, 340, 380. I've got bids everywhere. 420, 440 in the room, 440 it is, then at 440, at 440. 480, room bid at 480 it is. 500. 520, madam, thank you. 520. 520 it is, then at 520. 560. 600. 600 it is. At 600, quickly sell room bidder, you're hovering. 620. Thank you, madam. At 620 it is then. At 620, final call for the Wrenman table in the lovely Bur Oak there at 620, 640. Anywhere is it now? The gavel is up. I'm going to sell at £620 at 620.
The table goes to a collector in Cornwall.
It's a beautiful table.
But it's got a lot of history to it, hasn't it?
Oh, God, aye.
Yeah.
A lot.
After 2 auctions and 19 items sold by Angus, how much have Eddie and Elaine made?
You're right.
Yes,
It's got a bit chilly now, hasn't it?
It's freezing, yeah.
Well, hopefully we can brighten up your day a little bit. And, well, after fees, you're going to be taking home £1,767.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, good.
That's good. Yeah, we're pleased with that. Really happy,
pleased.
yeah.
I'll hopefully contribute towards the move a little bit.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I'll let you get off and get warmed up, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
Yeah.
All in all, it's been good few sales for Eddie and Elaine. The ordinary bits have done okay, but the icing on the cake was the Wrenman. It did better than expected. The fact that they've done well is really pleasing, and I think they're very happy.
It's totally different to what we thought, and we really enjoyed it. So it's just wrapping everything up in the selling of the house, and then moving on into our new place, and yeah, that's it. New start.